Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Blu-Roy Movies. I hope you're all doing extremely well. Yesterday we arrived back from our weekend away to Morecambe and the Northwest, and I'll tell you what a bloody great time we had. Oh, it's been really cool. We were up Friday, Saturday we went up. We come back yesterday, Tuesday afternoon, and we just fitted so much into such a short time. We've done all sorts. We've been to farm shops. We've been to bridges of national beauty. We've been to some fantastic little towns. Kendal, Kirby Lonsdale. We've been up to the lakes. Been Lake Windermere, Ambleside, all the way around. My first visit into the lakes, and absolutely stunning scenery. Like, if you've not been, it's hard to describe it. It's so beautiful. I'd never seen anything in my life. The lakes and the mountains and the hills. It's absolutely gorgeous. We've had some great food. The Toby Car. I love a Toby Carvery, me. Oh, I think it's my favourite place to visit. And other good restaurants and cafes and little craft bars, which is right up my street. And just brilliant. I think I've been up there many times, but I think this might be the one I've enjoyed the most. And great company with the family. I've never been the richest man. I've never had the most money, but family-wise, there's not many richer than me. And I hope that don't sound like a boast, but that's just how I feel. Yeah, it's been great. I'm looking forward to going back up again already. The bed and breakfast where we stay, we've been going there for 6 years now, like 2 or 3 times a year, and it's become like going to another house, another home, because we get on so well with the owners and they've become friends, and some of the guests are regular guests that we know now and consider them friends as well. Yeah, absolutely marvellous. Devil's Bridge, the bridge we spoke about. I didn't do much filming while I was up there, but I did do a little bit of filming of that, so I'll put a bit of footage here for you to have a look at that. You don't have to, you can always skip by it and get to the movies, because I always, like a busman's holiday for a film collector, I always have a look round the shops and that and pick up quite a few titles, and I've got a good stack from this one. So I'll roll that footage of Devil's Bridge. Like I say, if you don't want to see that, skip over it and you can get to the hall. So we're at Devil's Bridge at Kirby Lonsdale. Now we've been at the top of the bridge a few minutes ago, and it's a long way down. Doesn't really do it justice how far down it is here. Legend has it that back in the dark old Middle Ages, a woman got a cow stuck on one side of the river and couldn't coax it back to the other side. So the devil appeared and made a pact with a woman that he'd build her a bridge to get a cow back in exchange for the soul of the first person who crossed the bridge. Apparently built, though, in the 13th century. Yeah, really, really high place and a beautiful, beautiful place. Really gorgeous. Yeah, so if you did watch that, I hope you liked it. Yeah, it really is a beautiful spot. It's been a summer's day. It'd been great to take a picnic. But let's get on with what I picked up, shall I? Right, the first port of call on Morecambe seafront. There's brilliant, like a retro video game shop more than anything, called Lee's Games. And if you're a gamer in particular, I'd implore you to go in there if you're ever in the area, because I'm not a gamer myself, but I could see what the interest would be for gamers. All the retro stuff, Sega Mega Drive, the PlayStations, Nintendos, Sinclair, Spectrum, and Commodore. This guy's got it all in abundance. He must have everything there, and is such a nice guy there that I always go in and have a look at what Blu-rays he's got, and I sometimes pick up some really great stuff. I think last year I got a sealed copy of the HMV Premium of Jason and the Argonauts for a £5, which was an absolute snip. He has a load of stuff for a tenner, and I grabbed 4. I was struggling to make up the 4 this time, actually, but like I say, it's just a fantastic shop that I wanted to support him in what little way I could, so I grabbed 4, and the first one being an upgrade from DVD, topical with the sad passing of Gene recently, Behind Enemy Lines, with himself and Owen Wilson, which I always think is a bit of an odd casting for this film. But this is a decent action film, which I enjoy, and a good upgrade now from my DVD copy. And to go with that, a political-looking thriller called Arbitrage, which I have heard of, and the cast sold me really. Richard Gere, Susan Sarandon, Tim Roth. Yeah, like I say, looks like a political type thriller, which I'll get a kick out of that sort of films. Slipcover as well. So I grabbed that. And another one with Audrey Tautou, Beautiful Lies, a French drama, Ooh La La, which I'm sure I'll get something out of. Like I say, I was struggling to make up 4, but I do like Audrey Tautou. I love Amelie. So, I'm sure I'll get something out of that. And really, just again to make it up, and I thought I might be able to trade this in, but it doesn't look like a quid or something stupid. Batman the Killing Joke, animated film. I've never seen any of these cartoons. So, I might stick it in, or I'll give it away or something. But, like I said, I just wanted to support the shop more than anything. And then just one I found in a charity shop, brand new, sealed, with a slip. And I think this is going to be probably terrible. It looks like Bruce Willis in some sci-fi. Now, I thought this was one of his later films, but when I did look, I think it's from 2011 or something, so not one of his really ones before he was sadly had to give up through illness. Thomas Jane as well. I do like Thomas Jane. And Bruce Willis, some sci-fi. He's done some good sci-fi. I don't think this will be good at one of them, but we shall find out. Next up, when we were in Kendal, which Kendal's a beautiful little town, a very much a money town, I think. And a lot of boutique designer shops and stuff like that. And I stumbled across a CEX, and it took some convincing to convince the family that I hadn't planned that as part of our itinerary for the day. And that it just happened to be there, which honestly, I was as shocked as anybody to find a CX there. So I went in there, and they didn't have the greatest selection, but I grabbed a couple. The first one being Joe Dante film, Inner Space, which I've never seen before in my life. And I think I saw somebody talk, I'm sure it might have been Tim who was talking about this recently, that is not long picked it up. Like I say, I've never seen it. I'm a fan of the Fantastic Voyage, where they shrink somebody down. It's a 60s film, I think, and send them around into somebody's body in a little ship. And I think this is a similar idea. I know James did say this is a remake, but I'm pretty sure the Fantastic Voyage, from what I remember as watching it as a kid, was like a serious film, and I think this is more of a comedy, and an 80s comedy, which sometimes has you guys famously know sometimes don't hit with me, but we'll see how we get on with that one in this space. Yeah, no, a lot of people do like it. And next up in the Kendal CX, a DVD upgrade of the wonderful Quadrophenia. I know in our small circle of friends is a lot of fans of this. I know Sammy absolutely loves it. And I've seen it a couple of times and remember really enjoying it. So it'd be nice to upgrade it and watch it in the beauty of high definition. Right, next up, when yesterday before we come home, we had half a day in Lancaster. Again, a beautiful medieval city with a great castle. And unlike my town, all the shops are full, and there's shops that you could actually use apart from my town is vape shops and cafes, and yeah, just crap really. So it's nice to go to a city that's got some actual shops and a HMV, which is a rare treat for me. Now, I did go in with the intention of getting 2 for 30 in the 4K range, namely Breakdown being one of them. So I've heard guys saying that the Breakdown is now in that offer, but sadly they didn't have that. So I didn't bother with a 2 for 30, but I did pick 3 of the stuff up. The first one being Unforgiven. Now, I'd looked through what's in the Lancaster CEX and saw that Unforgiven was in stock in the CEX for 12 quid, and I was planning on picking it up, but luckily I went to HMB first and managed to grab it on 4K for $9.99, which is just a great price. And also the 4K Shawshank Redemption. Again, I see somebody else picked this up last week at their HMV, and I was just hoping and praying that it was still on offer in the Lancaster one. Just great film, isn't it? Good upgrade now from a Blu-ray copy, and I should be getting around to watching that on 4K sooner rather than later. And another one that was on offer, and there were a few HMV premiums on offer at $7.49 if you purchase with anything else. And fortunately, they classed these ones that are also in the offer as another purchase, so I didn't have to buy anything at full price. And that's Possessed, which a film I don't know much about, but Joan Crawford and Van Heflin. I do like Van Heflin, Shane, and a couple of other things that he's been in. I've really enjoyed, and I want to watch more of his stuff. So I'm sure I'll enjoy that. Who directs this? Curtis Bernard. Yeah, a film I don't know much about. It looks like a film noir type thing, which is right up my street, as you guys know. So I'm sure I'm going to make something out of that. And another one to add to the HMV Premium collection. And last up for the trip into Lancaster for the CEX. I'd marked up a few things off the app that I wouldn't mind grabbing. The first one being Gina Davis, Matthew Modine, Cutthroat Island, which is a film that's passed me by, but I've seen quite a few people pick this up recently and talk really glowing of it, like it's a underrated classic. So I'm sure I'm going to like something like. I do like a pirate film. I like the Pirates of the Caribbean stuff. So yeah, I think that is something I'm going to grab something out of. And next and last, a couple of 4Ks. Classic film on the Arrow 4K, Old Boy. Again, good upgrade now from my Blu-ray copy. I love Old Boy. It comes with booklet, 2 discs. I love Old Boy, such a great film. Don't think my son's watched this yet, so I'm going to introduce him to that. I'm sure he's going to like it. 18 quid. I think maybe a bit pricey second hand, but I was using vouchers. I'm sure you probably going to get this for 15 in the sale, but there you go. One of them things. And last up, but by no means least, one that's just come out recently, and it was Stuart just talking so highly of this, Godzilla -1, that made me write it down when I was checking the app. I thought, yeah, I'll grab that while I'm there. Godzilla -1. I've heard a few people speak really highly of this film. I think last year, was it? Oh, 2023. It's got on the sticker. I'm sure it was last year. Maybe the sticker's wrong, or maybe I'm wrong, which is possible. So, yeah, I'm going to really enjoy that, I can see. So that was it. That was everything I grabbed on our weekend away. And again, brilliant, brilliant weekend. I just had such a good time. But I'm glad to be home, back in the movie room, talking to you guys. Back with the weekly watches this week. I'm sorry if you missed me waffling on last weekend, but we'll be back and full attack at the weekend. So give me a thumbs up if you've liked what I've done here today, guys. Maybe think about subscribing. The subscriptions have been going really, really well. Really pleased. Really loving your output. Really loving life. Yeah, all good. I'll catch you later. Ta-ra.